This time along comes the Ottoman Empire. And the Ottoman Empire is built for jihad. It knows nothing else but jihad, waging holy war, except for winter time, because in winter time it's not possible to go out and fight. So you would rest in the winter and wait for spring to come and back again on the battlefield. But it was a bogus jihad, because here is Constantinople, which has lost all its territories, and the Patriarch is now surrounded in just a little island of a city. And he has about 7,000 or 8,000 men to defend the city. And the Ottoman Empire surrounds Constantinople with 200,000 men. And listen to what the Quran says. When the Christian hears this, the Christian will weep. Because the Quran is saying, if that party you're fighting with, if they want peace, they don't want war, you are prohibited from waging war. If they incline to peace, you must reciprocate. This is the Quran. The Ottoman Empire didn't care two peanuts for the Quran. I've raised my voice so it could reach to Turkey and reach the Balkans. The Ottoman Empire waged war on a people who did not want war. The Patriarch offered to pay a tribute. The Patriarch also turned to Western Christianity, to Rome, and asked for help. These are Christians and those are Christians. What answer did Rome give? Rome said, if you want us to come and help you, you've got to abandon your Orthodox Christian faith and join our faith. And then the Patriarch responded on behalf of the Orthodox Christian world to say, we prefer to be a slave of the turban. We prefer to bow down in submission to the turban than to the hat of the cardinal. So if Russia did not submit at that time, will Russia submit today? That's why China has had confidence in post-Soviet Russia. And that's why China has entered into an alliance with Russia. Because China believes we can trust these Russians. Because they had said, we prefer to submit to the turban of the Turk than the cardinal's hat. And now we come to understanding why the Antichrist cannot emerge until the conquest of Constantinople takes place. And it's time for the state of Israel to listen to us. It's time for the state of Israel to listen to us before it is too late to listen. The reason why the Antichrist needs the conquest of Constantinople before he emerges in human form is because our prophet has said, لَتَفْتَحَنَّ الْقُنْسْتَنْتِنِيَّةَ, you will most certainly conquer Constantinople. Not the Christians. So tell the Christian world, don't you dare to make an effort to conquer Constantinople, because that will provoke a Christian-Muslim war. Don't make that mistake. وَلَنِعْمَ الْأَمِيرُ آمِرُهَا وَلَنِعْمَ الْجَيْشُ ذَلِكَ الْجَيْشُ. He praised the commander and he praised the army. This is unusual language. So we have to think, why is he praising the commander? Why is he praising the army? The answer is that he is praising this army because you praise that army. The one in 1452, the 200,000 men who took the Quran and put it aside and violated the law of the Quran to wage war on Constantinople. You praise that army, so he praises this army. You praise that commander, Sultan Muhammad Fateh. I tell you, if I deliver this lecture in Turkey, they'll behead me. They will behead me. You praise that commander, so he praises this commander. It should be plain as daylight that the primary implication of the conquest of Constantinople in the end time is so that Hagiya Sophia can be returned to the Christian world, not that Christian world which is living like apes, despised. That Christian world which is still faithful to the Sabbath. And when Hagiya Sophia is returned to them with an apology, then the name of the city must be restored to Constantinople. Why? Because it's a Muslim army which will conquer it. And Muslims have a duty to follow the Sunnah of the way of the Prophet, Allah's blessing be upon him. So if he described the city by the name Constantinople, then whether you like it or you don't, whether you're comfortable with it or you're not, whether you accept it or you don't, the Sunnah is to call the city by the name Constantinople. You can't challenge me on that. Don't try. And so not only will we restore Hagiya Sophia to the Christian world, this is your cathedral. For 1,000 years it was the greatest cathedral of the Christian world, before the Ottoman Empire came and showed disrespect for the Quran. And we return it to you today with an apology. And we restore the city to the name of Constantinople because that's the name that our Prophet used. Do you think they will teach this subject in the university, in the Department of International Affairs, in the Department of Political Science? Will they ever teach this? Huh? I ask the question now in parting, what would be the implications of the return of Hagiya Sophia to the Orthodox Christian world? Because they are the ones who are not fishing. And what will be the implications for the Orthodox Christian world when the city is renamed Constantinople? Did I ever say that the city is going to be returned to the Christian world and all the Muslims are going to get out of it? Where did that rubbish come from? How could you put that rubbish on me? Did I ever say that? No. I said Hagiya Sophia would be returned. I said the name of the city be restored. What happens after that? It should not be difficult. If the Chinese could be so sensible to recognize the implications for them of the collapse of the Soviet Union and the return of Russia to her Orthodox Christian roots, if the Chinese have the political billions to recognize implications for them and to reach out and establish the present alliance between Russia and China, Well then, what will be the implications of the return of Hagiya Sophia to the Orthodox Christian world, which is led today by Russia? Which is led today by Russia? The answer is, and it doesn't matter whether the Islamic Republic of Pakistan agrees or does not agree, that's irrelevant. Tell them that for me in Islamabad. The answer is that this is going to open the door and pave the way for reconciliation, friendship and alliance between the followers of this prophet and the followers of that, between the Muslim world and the Christian world. And any friendship and alliance between Muslims and Christians comparable to the friendship and alliance between Russia and China today sets the stage for the grand finale. Do I have to describe it for you? NATO is not going to like this subject. NATO is not going to like this subject. But the writing is already on the wall. NATO, you've lost the capacity to think. The alliance between Russia and China is already history, it's already been established. And an alliance between the world of Islam and the world of Orthodox Christianity will cement a last chapter of the book of history, the last chapter, where those who have established an oppressor state of Israel, waging oppression upon all, not just the Palestinian people. If you want to travel and you want to pay for your extra suitcase and the airline says no cash, you can't pay with cash. Guess who is doing that? Guess who is bringing about these new rules in money? Who is bringing a new world of money? So that only one currency will exist tomorrow. Goodbye to the British pound. Goodbye to the euro. Goodbye to the USD. They might be eating biryani and going to sleep, who graduated from the Islamic University of Medina, but we are not sleeping. We are not sleeping. You can hear us talking on this subject, that they're preparing a new one world order with one currency for all of mankind, so they will rule the world with one central bank. And we are presenting to you today another side of the picture, and that is one in which Constantinople has a central role to play in the end of history. I want